Good afternoon. I hope everyone had a great Christmas and a Happy New Year. First, I want to send our heartfelt prayers to the families and friends of the victims of the New Orleans terror attack. Likewise, we are all praying for the fires in California to be brought under control and praying for everyone impacted by this tragedy. Recent events. At our last board meeting of the year, we expressed our gratitude to our sponsors for their generous support. Over the past year, these sponsors have contributed more than $270,000 to fund village events. Their support helps make these community events possible, and we sincerely thank them. We also approved the purchase of playground equipment for the all-inclusive playground at Orland Park. This equipment will be installed as part of Phase 2 of the project next year. Additionally, just before the meeting, we received exciting news. An open space land acquisitions grant of $600,000 has been awarded for Phase 2. Since I took office, the village has secured over $42 million in grants from outside agencies to offset the cost of capital projects. To put this in perspective, from 2006 to 2017, only $3 million was received. I want to thank our staff for their dedication and hard work in obtaining these crucial funds. Our Veterans Commission also presented a $2,000 check to Century School students Liam Beastie and Ivan Rybiniak for Honor Flight Chicago. Liam and Ivan set an ambitious goal to raise $3,600 to sponsor 3 Orland Park veterans for Honor Flight Chicago. The trustees and I added $900, bringing the total to $2,900. However, their efforts exceeded expectations, raising over $9,000 before the board meeting. Including our contribution, they now have enough to sponsor 10 veterans. The Village of Orland Park is incredibly proud of these young men and their achievements. We also approved the 2025 budget and tax levy. Our financial position remains strong with operating reserves projected at 56%. Our goal is 20%. We reduced our property tax levy by $250,000 or approximately 2%, following a similar decrease of over 3% last year. At the recent board meeting, I presented the Orland Park Vortex 2024 girls soccer team with a Community Pride Award for winning the Under-12 championship at the Lou Fuce Midwest Junior Championships held in St. Louis in November. The board approved the demolition of the Marcus Theater's parking garage. Since Marcus Theater's reduced their seating capacity over a decade ago, the parking is no longer needed. This will pave the way for new opportunities on the site. Finally, we welcome Portillo's drive-thru and carry-out restaurant to Orland Park on the Ring Road at Orland Square Mall. Now you can enjoy their famous Italian beef sandwiches and cake shakes right here in Orland. Addressing current myths. With the upcoming election, misinformation has been circulating about political signs and early voting. Some claim there are restrictions on when political signs can be displayed and that this board has changed ordinance regarding political signage. Both are false. Based on legal advice, the Village of Orland Park does not restrict the timing of political signage. The village can place reasonable restrictions on the size and location of political signage. Those restrictions have remained the same for at least the last 14 years. The current board has not made any changes to Orland Park sign ordinances, which were last changed on March 4, 2019, following unanimous approval by the Planning Commission, whose members at the time were all appointed by my predecessor. Then trustees Jim Dodge, Pat Gira, Kathy Fenton, Dan Calandrello, Kara Ruzick, and me unanimously approved the ordinance on the consent agenda. Additionally, there is confusion about early voting dates. According to Illinois statutes, early voting begins 40 days before a general election. This year, it starts on February 20th at the Cook County Building in Chicago for Cook County residents, and mail ballots will also be accepted starting that day. Local early voting begins on March 17th, St. Patrick's Day, with the Orland Township Building being our closest location. Upcoming events. Election Day is April 1st, April Fool's Day. As video and AI technology advance, I urge voters to seek accurate information. The Village of Orland Park broadcasts all meetings. If you see a short clip, check the Village's YouTube page for the full meeting to understand the complete story, because context does matter, and clips of a few seconds in a political ad frequently mislead people intentionally. Pete's Market grand opening is scheduled for February 5th. Additionally, the next breakfast with the mayor is on January 25th at 9 a.m. at the Village Hall. The annual State of the Village address is set for March 20th at the Civic Center from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. I look forward to seeing you at these events and answering any questions you might have. Thank you, and I wish you and your family a prosperous and healthy New Year.